How many tickets are you leaving?
Not that many. We don't have that many. So, and don't even think about texting me, hey, like, no. The answer is no. So, anyone else watching this too, no more texting me. Like, you're getting a hard no. I'm tapped out. They're not giving us a lot, and StubHub.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot, 50.
Never hotter, dude. Never hotter. What do we got today?
Let's go, Boone. We got the manager of the New York Yankees and a dear friend of the show, dear friend of mine. First off, let's bring him in, Aaron Boone. What's up, Boone?
What's up, fellas? Let's go.
We know you're doing well. We're doing well. You know it, man. Bro, first off, before we get to the hard-hitting questions, like, how you feeling, man? Are you excited for going into going to LA tomorrow? Like, what are your nerves like right now?
Okay, right now. I was just talking with somebody. Like, you go through these playoffs, and even though we won 4-1, like the series with Cleveland was awesome. I mean, every game was tight, and a lot of anxious moments. But I also find like the game itself. You get to the game, and it's kind of like the sanctuary of the whole day. It's like, this is the fun part where you're competing, you're playing for a lot, obviously. It's the moments, the hours leading up to the game, especially when you get deeper into a series and you've already prepped and you know what the other team is, they know what you are, and it's like you're just kind of sitting there in your anxiety, waiting for 8:08 to get here. Like, let's go. I started taking the second bus on the road to the ballpark. Like, I'm not just going to go sit at my desk and just in my anxiety, like, no, I need to calm this down, because once the game gets there, it's like, all right, now we're competing with the boys. Let's go play. But those hours leading up can be anxious. Right now, I'm okay. Sunday was great. It was like the first day in a long time where it's like complete off day for everyone. We got back from Cleveland. I just kind of sat in the basement in my pajamas, watched the NFL, watched the Mets and the Dodgers unfold, and it was kind of a nice turn it off day. And now obviously the prep starts happening. We got a couple workouts. We got some lives that guys have to throw, and so now we're just in kind of prep mode and get ready to jump on the bird tomorrow for LA.
What were you proud of? And then you talk about that Cleveland series. Like, what are you most proud of now when you look back at that series?
I think the thing that's been so good about our team all year, and these guys have done a great job, is no matter what's come their way, they've had this kind of quiet confidence to them. We got off to a great start in the year, and then went through a real rough patch for really over a month where we really struggled, and nobody flinched. We had some tough losses along the way where, had a lead late or had a lead lost in the ninth or something, and like a gut punch, like, man, how did that happen? And these guys just kind of would, the next day you wouldn't know it. And, we lose game 3 in really heartbreaking fashion, come back, Judgy and G go back to back to take the lead. Then we lose that game on a walk-off, and it's like, no flinch. Like, I knew we'd be ready to roll the next day. Those guys go out, play outstanding, and win another tough game in game 4 before winning 5. But that, as you know, Case, I mean, just that we're so conditioned and trained as ball players, as baseball players, the grind of the 162, man. You gotta stay here. You can't ride that roller coaster emotionally. We're human, and you feel things, of course, but the more you can just keep moving forward, understanding how important the next one is, these guys have done a great job with that all season.
Mooney, I think the biggest thing when I'm watching this thing unfold, and having been fortunate enough to play in a World Series, like, people don't realize how hard it is to get here. It's like it's so freaking hard. When you look at this, getting here as a manager, and then you look back the last time you were here as a player, you went game 7, against the Red Sox, that big comeback, everybody knows, and the Aaron Boone home run, all that stuff. Do you, as you sit here as a manager, do you appreciate it more knowing how hard it is to get there?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And especially now, for us and with a lot of these guys I've been together with now, the 7 years I've been here, we've been to this ALCS now. This is our third time, and we've gone home the previous 2 times.
Right.
So I know good and well how hard it is to get to this point. So it's definitely that in the moment appreciation for, especially with a lot of the guys that have been here a long time, that have gone through the ups and downs and the painful losses and things like that. To share that moment with them was special, but also those guys are all like, this isn't the end of the road. We want that title, and the fact that we get to go play for it now finally is rewarding.
Yeah, one of the guys that has been talking a ton about that. Not a ton, but I've seen a couple quotes. Is obviously Giancarlo, man. Like I am so grateful that I got a chance to be with him last year and to coach him, because I was like, what a gentle giant. But also, I've never seen a man hit the ball harder than Big G. And especially when you have a guy like Judgy on your team, you're thinking, oh, best player on the planet, no doubt, but hits the ball harder than anybody. I'm like, I don't know. I think Stanton hits it harder, which is incredible. So, dude, for you to watch Big G do what he's done this postseason, knowing the ups and downs that he has, what was it like for you, and what was it like for just the guys watching him do that?
Yeah, he's just, he's a killer, man. He's an amazing competitor. I've watched him now do this in multiple postseasons now, where he does go to another level. He goes to another place, and he's just so mentally tough and mentally disciplined, and he's able to block out all the noise that goes with playing here, playing as a Yankee, whatever the noise around the postseason, whatever. He's able to lock in as good as anyone I've ever seen, and the results, he's proven it in the results in his postseason career, and what a series he just came off of, where he wins the MVP.
Yeah, incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. I want to bring up, Boone, having been part of your staff last year, man, getting behind the scenes and seeing the prep. It's off the charts in every facet of what you guys do as far as matchups in the bullpen, what Matt Blake does, what Mike Harkey does. The guys down there, James Rouse and Casey Dykes, Pat, the work that goes in those cages. Brad Osmus, kind of your right-hand man now. Like, can you talk about your staff, man, and what they've meant to you in getting to this point and the prep that you guys put in every single day?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I think you saw last year here, like, I try not to be a micromanager at all. I have a lot of faith and trust in what those guys do in their particular areas of expertise. And I feel like they've done a great job this year. And for a lot of those guys, they've been through all these highs and lows that I've been through. They've been through the highs of having great seasons or having a lot of success, losing really tough games in the playoffs, not making the postseason, and all the noise that went with that last year. And these guys just have not been deterred. I feel like James has come in, Rouse, and done a great job of just fostering and keeping a really good hitting culture going. And, there's just a lot of faith and trust in what those guys are doing. And it's showing up on the field with the players.
Yeah, no, it's showing up, and I'd be crazy not to touch two of the best players in the game in Judge and Soto. What's it like for you, man, to watch Soto put together? I mean, people ask me, why is he so good? I'm like, why is he so good? You see the postseason at bats, but go watch at bat 1 of the season. This guy doesn't give a pitch away. It's incredible. And when Judge, he's locked in and he's not, he's off that slider away, you can't pitch to this guy. Like, those two guys, getting a front row seat for them every single day. Like, are you still blown away?
Yeah, I mean, watching Soto, you say that first at bat, I go back to first bat of spring training. It's like, I mean, it is a war. Really is. I mean, his at bats are wars with the pitcher, and you know, and you were somebody that I always marveled at. Like I always felt like you never gave an at bat away, and I think a lot of great hitters they have that trait, and Juan lives that, man. It's like there's been so many at bats this year where it's just like it's theatrical almost. The just like you can feel it in the crowd, like when he takes a pitch or a ball, like it's like like he's got that kind of theatrical thing, and a guy that all year long, all the way up to that last at bat where he homered in the against Cleveland the other night, like he's so good at seizing the moment, and every big moment or big at bat, it seems like he's at his best, and it's been fun to watch. Fun to watch how disciplined he is, and I think I said that at bat was one for the ages, and I don't think that was overstating it. It was that impressive.
Yeah. No,
And then Judgy, all these guys. The way I put it is, and I tell Judgy this all the time, I take him for granted because I'm like, I see all your outs or whatever. There's games that we come in, we do our belt ceremony, and I'm standing there with Judgy. I'm like, you get him tomorrow. I look at the 1 for 2, double, 2 walks. Like, it's unbelievable. But he's just like, like you think all these guys, and we're going to see him in the series, Ohtani and Betts and Juan Soto, and it's like, Judgy's 150 OPS points higher than the next guy. Like, it's just what he does is just incredible. And just see him constantly hunger to improve each and every year in whatever aspect of his game it is. But we've seen that even as a hitter. Like in 22, obviously hitting the 62 homers and winning the MVP. It's like, can you do any better than that? And I think he did. He went out and did better this year. That's how good his year was this year. And just really, obviously, really lucky to have those two guys hitting back to back in our order.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Dude, so going out to LA, obviously, I know you have a great, respect for Dave Roberts and a relationship with him and what he's done with that team. But this team, and this is really two juggernauts going at it. There's a ton of star power. There's a ton of star players. There's two great bullpens going at it. There's stars in that rotation. Are you going to get the team together with a message before the World Series gets going, or what are you looking forward to this matchup with the Dodgers, and what impresses you about them?
Yeah. So I addressed the guys right before the start of the playoffs, and then you say little touch points here and there as the playoffs unfold, and we'll probably get together tomorrow before we get on the bird and get together as a team and just talk through some things. More probably let certain guys say some things that they want to say going into this series. As far as LA, Ohtani Betts right out of the gate. Like, here we go. That's what they're doing in this postseason offensively has been impressive. Obviously, you know about their star power of Ohtani and Betts and Freddie Freeman, but I guess you could call it the supporting cast. That's also, they got a lot of guys really swinging the bats from, Muncy and Kike Hernandez, and Will Smith had a big homer the other night, who's obviously been an outstanding player in his career. They have so many places they can beat you in that lineup. A lot of talk about, obviously, the injuries they've occurred in their starting rotation. And through that, you've seen an outstanding bullpen emerge, some guys that are household names, but some guys that aren't. So, they're going to run a lot of high-powered arms at you. Yamamoto, we saw earlier in the season, he pitched a pretty great outing against us here in the Bronx. Walker Buehler looked a lot better to me in his last outing. He looked like kind of vintage Walker Buehler. I felt like in his last outing, so we know that's going to be a challenge. Jack Flaherty's obviously come over there and done well. So you know you got your hands full, and it's a heavyweight bout. You know, then they're the real deal. Like we know that, but we're also very excited for the challenge.
Yeah. What about what impresses you? What impresses you about Otani when you? Because I think there's a comp there. I think there's actually a comp when you look at Judge, you look at Soto, then you look at okay, now you got Otani Betts. It's like the kind of lines up, but Otani going 50-50, you know, what impresses you about him?
Just how explosive of an athlete he is. You know, obviously with the 50 stolen bases this year, it garnered a lot of attention, but I think that's always what's jumped out is like watching him run down the first baseline when, you know, 4 years ago, people didn't necessarily know how fast he was. And it's like, this guy is flying. And then just the stretch and the torque he creates at the plate, like he is unique, especially when you add the fact that what we've seen him do on the mound. And, but he is obviously as unique a talent as we've ever seen in this game. And obviously it put together a pretty special season in his first year with the Dodgers.
Yeah, no doubt. Before I let you go, brother, I want to ask you about, you know, I look up and down that lineup because I'm locked into those guys. You know, like I said, being with those guys, I know how special they are, special to you. One guy's had kind of an up and down year, but really, you know, it doesn't matter what you do during the season as long as in the postseason you're rolling. Gleyber Torres, man, at the top has, you know, we're talking about the big names, but you don't win this whole thing without having the other guys do something. You know, talk about Gleyber and what he's meant, you know, especially lately to that lineup.
He's been so good, Case. I mean, you saw him last year where really he put together, offensively speaking, a really consistent, strong year.
Yeah.
This year, you know, just did not get off to a great start. You know, it was really three and a half months where it just, I mean, you know, as a hitter, it's just, he just never got that good groove going. And it was a little like head scratching because it was like he was making really good swing decisions. And by the way, his spring training was incredible. Like it was one of those where like first at bat of the first game all the way to the last game was like, what, you know, his 2-3 at bats were just so good every day. It's just like, let's bubble wrap this, send it off to Houston for opening day. And he just really kind of struggled out of the gates and just never got in that rhythm. But like, in my mind, I was like, look, he's 27, 28 years old, whatever he is. He's always hit. Like, he's going to find his level. He's going to get there. It was just a challenge to get there. And to his credit, he just kind of stuck with it. And it feels like about 2.5 months now where it's just been, it's good at bats every single day. And sometimes it's a 10 pitch at bat. What it's also could be he's going up there real aggressive and getting the first pitch of the at bat. Like he has set the tone for us at the top and just really gotten himself into a good mental frame of mind where he's playing at a really high level and been absolutely one of our stars here the last few months.
Case, what's that lid you got on right there?
Dude, you kidding me? It's my favorite hat. You know me, Chinch. I'm a hat snob, dude. I really am. This is my new melon hat. I've had it for a few months now, dude. It's incredible. It's super comfortable. The one thing I love about it, too, you know, sometimes you wear hats all the time. They get those sweat stains. This hat doesn't get a sweat stain. It's got unbelievable comfort fitting. It fits perfectly with the snapback on the back. It's 5 times more durable, I think, than any other hat I've ever had. So, man, this hat's incredible. The melon hat, man. You got to get a couple of these, brother.
Yeah, dude, I've heard about him. It's like the most premium, durable headwear in like the whole world. And, you know, people use them for tailgating, working out on a golf course. You're going golfing later today. Heading out for date night with Sarah. You throw the melon cap on, right?
Yeah,
am I right?
I wear it for everything, dude. The only thing I can't wear it to is premium restaurants where they're like, okay, you got to take your hat off. So other than that, I'm wearing my melon hat pretty much everywhere. Dude, it's my new favorite hat. I've been wearing my melon hat for the past few months straight, dude. No sweat stains, what I said, no smell. Looks the same as the day I took it out of the box. I get a ton of compliments on it every time I wear it. It's even better. They have different options for different weather. If it's warm out or you might be jumping in the pool, lake, or ocean, you need their Hydro Collection, bro. The Hydro Collection is next level, Chinch. You'd love that. But when it gets cold and you need to stay warm, don't worry, brother. Melon has you covered there as well. They have a full thermal collection with different levels of warmth to keep you on whatever you need for when the winter's coming up, brother. Big time.
Nice.
So if you're looking for hats as tough as you, my man, check out Melon. You won't wear anything else after you get one on for yourself. And I know I've been loving my Melon.
Yeah, listen to Sean Casey, folks. If you're looking for the world's most durable hat, look no further. Go to melon.com. That's MELIN.com and put it to the test yourself.
Yes.
Love it, man. It's great to see. Is Nestor going to be in play?
Yeah, Nestor's throwing a live today. If everything goes well there's a good chance he'll be on.
How many tickets are you leaving?
Not that many. We don't have that many. So, and don't even think about texting me, hey, like, no. The answer is no. So, anyone else watching this too, no more texting me. Like, you're getting a hard no. I'm tapped out. You know, they're not giving us a lot, and you know, StubHub. Get on
Vivid seats, StubHub.
Vintage seats. Get on there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not your guy.
There you go, folks. Any friend of Aaron Boone, or if you know Aaron Boone, if he might be in your phone, do not call him because he has no more tickets and he means what he says.
That's right.
Booney, brother, man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you, man. Good luck good luck in the World Series, and tell the boys hello and go get them, man. Go get them.
All right. Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
bro.
Great being on with you.
Thanks, buddy. See you, brother.